fall for it. Please fall. Yes. Yes.
Look at that.
That's what's up. One more? Yes. Double can. Now take that. One more time. And 2 perfect. Let's go.
Yeah. Well, here we are, next episode, and I have my light, my love, my lady, Anya. Mucho gusto.
Hello. Mucho gusto. How are you?
Yeah, very well. How are you doing, my dear?
I'm doing great. Very happy to be here.
Yeah, no, this is really great. So for those who don't know, give us a brief rundown about yourself.
Myself, well, my name is Ana Riojas. I go by Anya. Tekken 7, I compete. I also like to organize tournaments and I stream on Twitch. I've been doing this for a long time. I've been competing since 2012, back in Tekken Tag Tournament too. And well, I really love this game. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, and it's quite unique that you're from Mexico, you're a female player, and I've been told you're actually one of their strongest players.
Well, thanks.
It's yeah. So like, how would I start this? So I think a lot of the Tekken scene was surprised when we got introduced to Arslan Ash and the Pakistan scene. The hidden branch of the Tekken tree. So how would you describe the Mexican branch to that Tekken tree?
Wow. Right now, it's always been a small scene. It's been growing a lot. We have very strong players right now, and we have gotten so much better throughout the years. It's still not one of the strongest scenes, to be honest, but we're really getting so much better, and I'm very proud of them, of what we've done, because I've gotten a lot better too, and I'm also very proud of the rest of the players. We've gotten much more stronger as a community.
Yeah. No. So how did you get into fighting games? Did you start off with any other game before coming over to the fighting game scene?
Well, I don't recall what was like the very first game I played. I remember watching my family play Darkstalkers, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And the very first fighting game I recall playing was Tekken 2, but I was very little. I was like 2, 3 years old. And obviously I didn't know what I was doing, but ever since then, I didn't stop playing every Tekken game. I just fell in love with the game.
Yeah. So like you say you've been in the scene for a long time. When did you start competitively? Like how did you find the Mexican scene and that sense of competition?
Well, it was back in 2012. I think I just looked it up like on Facebook, like Tekken Mexico, something like that. And I just found like a group of people that actually played. And I started playing them like online. And I was at the time I thought I was good. I realized I didn't even know how to play. Like I found people that actually knew how to play and that were good, and that's when I realized I had so much work to do.
Yeah.
And then shortly after that, I started learning the game a lot more, and I went to my first tournament like a couple months after, probably. I didn't do very good, but I knew I couldn't stop. Like I just started like playing and practicing so much more and going to more tournaments.
Yeah. Did you ever face that that double, how would I say it? Like you kind of get it, like people expect that you won't be that good, but also that you're a girl that they expect to win against you?
Yes. I still get that. I guess people are starting to respect more the fact that I actually know how to play. But in the beginning, I mean, it was like, it made more sense to them, I guess, because I was actually not that good. And even up to this day, when I know I actually know how to play, I do get people like, thinking it's an easy win, or, looking down on me just because they think I'm not gonna be able to play because I'm a woman.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. They think you're a woman. Oh, she'll get knocked out of the bracket early. She can just go home, or she can jump on commentary. Yeah, like they kind of write you off as a contender in the beginning. Yeah,
It happens.
Yeah, was there anyone that you bonded with in your scene that you kind of, found some sense of like, to get improvement from?
In the Mexico scene, a lot of people have been very welcoming, inviting me to play with them. Earlier, well, the thing is, most of these players don't play anymore. Like they stopped playing in Tag 2. It was mostly people I never met. They were very welcoming, like in the Facebook group, and I played with them like online. Um, one of the guys that used to play with me, Moy, he's actually a top player right now. He was very, very welcoming to me.
Yeah.
And we always play together. We never stop playing together. We still play to this day. So yeah, like the scene has been very nice to me as well.
Yeah. Who would you say is influenced you in terms of your Asuka play? Any pros, any locals out your end?
Yes, a bunch of them. Actually, there's not many Asuka players here. Like people don't dedicate so much time to the character. But a lot of Asuka players I really admired. I would say, first of all, S-Line. He's a Korean player. His keychart setup are like godlike. I love him. Then Fergus, he's helped me a lot with his tutorials.
Yeah.
Also Comanda, he's one of the best Asuka players in the US, if not the best. Mostly them.
Can I ask something? What is it with S-Line? I know he's good, but like I see a lot of the notice me Senpai, notice me S-Line notice me, people tweeting all over the place, and I know you've done it too.
Yeah, I mean, he's like goals. Like if you do these setups, like you feel so accomplished. Like he has like such a unique style. All these key chart setups and the way he plays is just amazing. So yeah, if you're an Asuka player, you will probably want to be noticed by S-Line.
So why Asuka? I know she's a character that you have to play very defensive, and she does lack certain essential tools that other characters have, like a reliable 10-frame jab, while standing launches. Yeah, what's made you stuck with Asuka all this time?
Well, I liked her since she came out. When I first played back in Tekken 2, I fell in love with June. I played June, and then she wasn't there anymore, so I started playing Xiaoyu on Tekken 3. And when Asuka out in Tekken 5, of course, I played her because she was similar to June. And in Tag 2, I played June and Asuka. I guess she just reminds me of June so much, and I put so much effort on playing with her back in Tag 2. And she's that character that helped me the most, like, to win matches and even tournaments. So I have a lot of love.
Yeah. Do you feel like when you begin with Asuka, there's certain tendencies that players do. So that's, loving the parry, loving the can. Is there anything that you do that is genuinely is a Asuka tendency?
Yeah, I mean, people notice me for my back threes.
God, I swear,
Yeah.
I swear, every Asuka player loves back three. Yeah.
Of course.
Nah.
For back three and can-cans.
Back three and can. No, sweet. So you've mentioned S-Line and a few other Asuka players, Fergus.
Yeah.
Would there be any that you'd love to have a 1st to 5 set with?
Yes, definitely S-Line. I really want to play with him. I haven't played with Fergus yet. I did play with Comanda. He's extremely good. I finally played with Brian. He's a top player from Dominican Republic. He's very, very good, and it was very nice to play with him. And I love playing with other Asuka players because I can pick up some of their things, some of their essence.
Yeah.
I see them doing a certain thing, and I feel it, and I just sometimes just add it to my game style, and it's very interesting, and it makes me happy.
Yeah. So, like, if it's okay, you participate in a lot of tournaments in your area, and there's one big tournament called Thunderstruck, which I think you've won two in a row, and that's quite a feat. What are the Mexican tournaments like? Does a lot of the culture come out of those tournaments?
Excuse me, I didn't get the last part.
Oh, does a lot of Mexican culture come out at those tournaments?
Like a lot of people, or sorry.
Oh, sorry, just the energy, the atmosphere, like it's very festive.
Oh. Okay. I understand what you mean. Uh, yes, in a certain way. But in like bigger tournaments such as Thunderstruck, they tend to make tournaments more American-like.
Yeah.
If I should say. But yes, people are very friendly and very active, very happy all the time, and there's a bunch of us there, and it's very fun.
So this one was from, I think it was 2017. How many, on January, how many people would be registered for one of these Thunderstruck tournaments?
Oh, back then it wasn't many. We've always had like around 30 something. As I tell you, the community is kind of small, and this is the biggest tournament we have in our.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, Asuka. So if it's a small scene, like I'd imagine that the amount of loyalists as well. Do you have a lot of character loyalists, or is it a lot of people playing everyone?
Well, we do have people that just play one character. I would say it's the majority of them. But the better players right now, the Lemus brothers, Divine Exorcist, Alexander Lemus, Geese Joestar, they will probably be our top 3 players. They play a bunch of characters, and they will, as soon as you beat their main character ones, they'll pick up like a random character to beat you with it.
Okay. Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
that's okay. I just like, who's always been a challenge for you personally at your tournaments, at your majors?
I would say definitely Divine Exorcist. He's the kid that won the uh, qualifier last year to Korea, the Korea tournament. I believe Wowzer from New Zealand went as well.
Oh, the IESF.
So him.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So he won the that tournament last year. He's one of our best players right now. I usually don't do too bad against him, but I haven't been able to defeat him yet. And probably Guitar. I haven't been able to beat him in tournament yet either. And he knows me very well because we played a lot.
Yeah.
Probably them too.
Okay. What is it about their styles? Is it rush down? Is it slowly chipping away? What's been the struggle?
About their styles.
Yeah.
With Divine is his defense mostly. He has very good defense, and Geese just knows me way too well. He knows like, almost everything I'm gonna do, and I just play Asuka. He plays a bunch of characters, and usually when I lose one match to him in tournament, he'll pick like a random character, and that's where I struggle.
Yeah. I mean, you're an Asuka main loyalist. Do you feel?
Yes.
I saw this thing on Twitter where they were saying that character loyalism is dying. Because obviously, if you're a pro, if you're a sponsor, you want to win, so you end up playing a far stronger character, even if it means abandoning your main. Do you believe, do you believe in that in a sense? Would you abandon Asuka if it really meant winning in a really important match?
No. I mean, I could maybe, at a certain point use a counter pick that I think would be like very that would benefit me, but I wouldn't just trade her like all over. Like I have done this once. I actually won a tournament with Xiaoyu. She's like my second character that I sometimes use.
Yeah.
I just knew that the person I was gonna fight didn't know the matchup. I was very certain that they didn't know the matchup at all. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna pick Xiaoyu, but it's because I love Xiaoyu. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't pick a character I don't even like just to win a tournament or a match.
So like, I saw that mod online where someone has made a Jun move list for Asuka. Would you really want Jun to be in Tekken 7?
Yes. That's my dream. I want her to be in Tekken 8, but if we can have her like just now, that would be great.
Yeah. Have you tried the Jun mod?
I have not. I play on PS4, so I haven't been able to.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, let's just say she makes
Yeah.
it in the game, and you're faced with this dilemma, Jun and Asuka. Would you abandon Asuka for Jun?
I don't think I banned them. I think I would use them, like both of them, and I would have like two main characters because I love them both way too much.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's fair. I mean, I like using my main, and I like the fact that if someone, I'd imagine you feel the same way. Like if they want to lab Asuka, they need to watch your gameplay. Have you ever had anyone hit you up for Asuka tips or any like schooling lessons for Asuka?
Like that I look for, or
Oh, just players in the scene. Like because you're the Asuka girl, they're like, oh, I need to get some matches in with you. I need to learn Asuka.
yes, I mean I do get like people that wanna play with me, or that if someone is asking for an Asuka player to play with, they'll mention me, and that actually makes me very proud because I've dedicated a lot of time into this character and into this game.
Yeah. So like, where she stands in Tekken 7, are you quite happy with her? Because she seems to be far more of a threat than I initially remember. Or do you feel like she should get more? Does she need more buffs? Is what I'm saying. Are you happy with where she is now?
Oh, I'm so incredibly happy with her. What you mentioned, the time frame punish. I think we could improve that. Those are my only two complaints. I'm not saying like they have to buff her. Like I'm okay if she's left like this. She's very strong already. But if I could say two things that I would like for them to fix, it's the time frame punisher, and also when you do down 1+2, and you can confirm that with forward too. So a lot of the times it whiffs, and they supposedly reduce the pushback on hit, so you could do it more easily, but it still whiffs a lot, and I don't like that. And if they could fix something, I would like it to be that.
Yeah. One change I like of hers is I think it's 1-1-3. You block 1-1, and if you try to counter attack in the 3, you get your little 1+4 combo. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, that's very good. Like she has a lot of like really good tools that they improved from the last game and even from the last seasons. Like, for example, in season 1, when you did 4-4-1 on whiff, like she would like struggle so much. Like it would be like minus a lot of frames.
Yeah.
And now it's such a solid move, and it leads you in plus frames. So I really like that. I think she's a very strong character right now.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, you did forward 1, it whiff, and then she'd like stumble forward, and the recovery was so huge.
Horribly.
Yeah, but now it's like it whiffs, and then she just kind of gets back on her feet easy. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
So like, if you're starting, for anyone who's starting to look into Asuka and play her seriously, what's one tip that you would give to a new player?
Well, first of all, to learn all the moveset, go through the punishers, just practice with her. Maybe play with someone that already knows the character, and it's not a very difficult character, you know.
Yeah.
You just really have to feel what you're doing with her. I would even say it's a beginner-friendly character, as long as you're not abusing too much of the tools we mentioned before. The back three, the can-cans. I know you're probably gonna be tempted to do it, and even at a higher level, people still do it. But just if you're starting, don't base your gameplay on that so much. Like the parry as well. That can be dangerous because if you start winning with that, that's okay, but it's not gonna help you so much when you advance from that.
Yeah, no, of course. Well, you did mention before that you've hosted or you've run some tournaments yourself. A lot of players won't know that feeling, but how did you find hosting or running your own tournament?
It's very stressful. It's also it is.
No, yeah.
It's also it's it still makes me happy. There's a reason why I do it. I've been doing this for a while, hosting tournaments, a lot of tournaments, and I really enjoy helping out my community. Most people here don't really organize like tournaments, like inside of the community, like game players. Only my friend Raw, FGC Raw. He also hosts tournaments, but it's mostly just me and him. Like some people might do 1 or 2 tournaments sometimes. There's not many TOs, and it can be very stressful. But it's also heartwarming, to have everyone over, and difficult for me to run a tournament and also play. Like it's way too stressful, but it makes me happy for other people, for other players to showcase their skills and be able to show what they can do and to win prizes and to enjoy the tournament as it is.
Yeah. I know that there are some that only play and they don't want to run their own tournament or anything. And you're right, it's a juggle because the more time you put into running a tournament, or like me, like doing this podcast and stuff, I know I could spend that time actually practicing or labbing. It's just balance. But then you've got people that you don't want players to label you as, like you're going to run this event, right? And that event is like, no, I've got stuff to do, man. Yeah. But yeah. So
people do actually see me like that.
What they
like,
think?
Oh, she's gonna do it.
They expect too much. So like this 2v2 tournament that you ran. Sorry, love, you go.
No, go ahead.
No.
I was just gonna say, yeah, like they make a post or something asking for a tournament, and they mean you should make a tournament, like me specifically.
Wow.
And yeah, it is like that, but it's okay. I really do love doing this for the community.
Yeah. You think that might be their way of just not having you in the bracket?
Well, I have played and ran tournaments at the same time, and it's very complicated. But I have just just run the bracket and watch them and cast it maybe.
Yeah.
I have done both. Yeah.
I can almost guarantee that the one thing that I think, as we've both experienced on the other side, is FGC time. You tell players, be in the lobby at 11, 12 times. The time is here, and they're still not in the lobby.
Yes, I mean it happens, and it can be complicated. Like this tournament that we're looking at it right now. I was doing the commentary. I was streaming it. I was running the bracket, like talking to them on Discord, like trying to talk with the viewers. It was somewhat crowded, the chat, and it was very difficult. I had a headache, but it was a lot of fun too, and I really do love doing it.
What's your commentary style like? Are you the type to make note of frames and moves, or is your style more like, he tried this hop kick, he tried this parry, it didn't work?
Well, mostly because I know most of them when I do a tournament and I'm commentating. I'll just sometimes I'll even scold them. Like I'll tell them, "Oh no, that's a 12 frame punish. What are you doing?"
Yeah.
But yeah, I tend to go for saying the names of the moves with notations and frame data and stuff.
If you had to commentate with like one player from your scene, who would you want it to be? Who's got great commentary
Someone
skill?
very talkative, I guess.
Yeah.
I would say Tamer from Mushroom Team. He usually does the commentary at Thunderstruck. He's very good. We actually did commentary last year at Thunderstruck. Well, I was there for like a few matches, but he did most of it. And yeah, he's pretty good. Also, Raw. I think he talks a lot too, and he really knows what he's saying. Like he knows most of the move from every character and everything, and he's decent at it too.
Yeah. It's really hard because like being on commentary, you want to sound fair. If it's your friend versus like another player. So on commentary, you're being very like in the middle, but in your mind, you're just like, fucking win, mate. Like, I want you to win. Yeah. Like, not trying to be one-sided. You can be.
I actually... I actually do that when I'm, doing it for like a bigger event. Like when I was doing it for Thunderstruck last year, I was like very... No, I wasn't rooting for one person or another. But if I'm doing it on my stream, I'm like, I just say everything I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And like, for example, when I was playing people, I'm actually rooting for them. I'm like, yes, come on, punish me. Like, just do it. Like, it's your turn to shine. Like, just go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, they've definitely got to earn it though. I mean, your Asuka's no pushover. So now we come to this stage where the lovely Jaewon gave you a sponsorship opportunity. So did you have to apply for that, or did you have to go through people? Like, what was the process of getting that opportunity?
Okay, so actually, it was the EFight Pass program, which is run by Cherry Genix. She helps her and her organization EFight Pass, they help foreign players to get their US visas. So first of all, I applied for that. I filed an application with all my gameplay and everything, and she was actually there back in 2018 when I won Thunderstruck. She was at that tournament and she watched me play the grand finals. So she was familiar with my gameplay. I sent them like more bills and I did the application, and some time went by, and then I got an email and everything, and I started working on it. So first it was just the visa, and I thought, that's what I was getting. I was so happy about it, so I could go back to compete in the US. And they helped me with everything. I got the visa, and one day Cherry just told me, like, you're going to EVO, like, and then she didn't explain much. She wanted it, I guess she wanted it to be a surprise. And then they loaded the video and everything, explaining like Jaewon was flying us over there. It was like a thing that they both did for us, and it was very nice. It was very cool.
Yeah, I will say this: like Jaewon and Sherry Genix, I would imagine. I know that they seem pretty like nice people, pretty genuine. I think Sherry Genix is a part of that Combo Queens group. I mean, a lot of the infamous women in the FGC are. I think Cuddle Call's a part of them too. Did you get to spend much time with them prior to you competing?
Not a lot. I mean, I was with Cherry now and then. They talk to her. I get to meet her. I have met her before, briefly. She's a very nice person, and she's a very good competitor, and I've always admired her a lot.
Yeah. I thought the uniform was pretty smart as well. And the group.
It was very nice.
Who was the group that you went with? Because it wasn't just you rocking that shirt. There was a few others as well.
Yeah, it was Mike. It was El Tigre. He's also from Mexico. He's a Street Fighter 5 player. And Zenith from Brazil. He's also a Street Fighter 5 player.
Yeah.
And they also, EFight Pass also helped Arslan Ash to get their visa.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I remember that whole hiccup with his visa, 3 months of just total hell. Yeah. But now you arrive at America, you arrive at EVO. I know you had an expectation, but when you arrived and you were actually there experiencing it, yeah, how did that feel for you?
I think it happened too fast. I know I enjoyed it so much, but I feel like I don't know, like it just happened way too fast. It was amazing. I couldn't believe it, everything that was going on. Oh, that's my match with Rambo.
Yeah.
Um,
He said you were very,
yeah,
very, very
it was
strong player.
great.
Very strong player. He kept on saying it even after he came back.
That match was crazy. I'm not too proud of how I played him. I think I could have done much better, but I also think he was nervous too.
Yeah.
I think he could have done better and I could have done better. But I think we did okay. And it was a very close match and very fun to play.
Yeah, very close. The fact that you were there at EVO and you guys gave it your all. And I mean, we always feel like we could, we always feel like there's some room for improvement. But you guys should definitely feel proud.
Yeah.
And I know the guy who was responsible for this, he did the FGC a great service in capturing all those lost matches.
Yes, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
There were some ones that
Yes,
I
and I
wish were on
watched,
stream. Yeah, man.
I know, but the footage was so good. I enjoyed watching like the rest of the matches that weren't on stream. Like, yeah, a lot of them I think should have been on stream.
Yeah. Because obviously for your scene, I wouldn't think there's that problem. But with EVO, there is always that talk of there's not enough matches being streamed. And I think this has really, you know what I mean? This has really kind of made the example of, like players need their matches recorded at any expense.
Yeah. Yeah, you just like miss a lot of the action, like because it's so many of us. Like I do understand because it was like over 2,000 people there, and I know like a lot of footage is gonna be lost. But yeah, definitely would have loved to have like a lot more matches recorded, and in general in bigger tournaments.
Yeah. So, like, how did the arrangement go? Because I would imagine Jay Wong and Sherry were competing. So, when you were playing, did you have any of your teammates on the side watching?
El Tigre and Zenith came for a little bit, and I did watch them play a little bit. But they don't know my game, and I don't know theirs. So we were just, cheering for each other.
Yeah.
And it was very fun. They were very nice to me, all of them.
No, that's fair enough. Yeah. I mean, it's good to show support, but yeah, it's just like you're watching the motions and you're just like, oh, I really don't know. Like, is he in a good position? Is he in a bad position? I don't know.
Yeah.
Had you faced a Feng? Had you had much Feng experience prior to facing Rambo?
With Fang, I watched the Blasted Salami tutorial. I went to a tournament the week before. I went to a tournament the week before Smash Factor. And I had to play one of the best Fang players here. And I did very good. I thought I was ready. I did win that match, but honestly, I was kind of scared because the only footage I found from Rambo was of him like in you. He won that set.
Yeah.
3-0.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no.
he was amongst the clouds during that time. That was such a. I mean, we all want to be as good as our idols, but for him, it really meant something. Just this whole climbing the mountain of the New Zealand Tekken scene, and to finally do something that, and having that opportunity too. Like he just kind of took it and just he went for it. Yeah.
Yes, and watching that gameplay before EVO, it was kind of scary knowing that guy was gonna be on my pool.
Yeah. No, you both did really well, and you guys should be very proud as well. And it's always cool because I'd imagine like a few of your Mexican comrades see you at EVO, and it stirs up that because obviously we do want to go to competitions like EVO, like all the big ones overseas, but they see you competing, and it's like it's only. The change between thinking about it happening and then it actually becoming a reality is so, like, it is possible. Yeah.
Yes, and it was such a great experience, really. I did get to play there was a pre-EVO tournament, and I did get to play with Wowzer as well. Took me out actually on the top 8. It was such a good run for me though.
Yeah.
It was one of my best runs. Like I did pretty well, and I had a lot of fun. I also played Royston.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure if he's from New Zealand or
Yeah, he is.
Australia. He's from New Zealand. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I got to play with Royston on that tournament as well against his Julia. Very cool.
Yeah. I mean, despite what's happened recently, yeah, EVO, the mecca of fighting game tournaments. Yeah, and to experience it, had many of your scene, had many players of your scene had much overseas tournament experience?
No, not at all. Last year at EVO, there was somebody else. I know there was somebody else from Mexico, but nobody told me. I didn't know he was gonna be there, and I don't know how he did. I know somebody else from here went.
Yeah.
And before that, my friend Rax, actually he had such a good EVO run back in 2017, I think. He got 33rd place, I think. He did very
Wow.
good with his Lily. Yeah, he's a very good player. A Mushroom team, they're a very strong team right here. They're from Coahuila. They have like there's a lot of Tekken players there, and right now Tondo, Devil Poo, Rax, and Tamer, they're like the strongest of their team, and they're really good, and they've done like very good in tournaments recently.
Oh, that's good. Well, you've done EVO, so it might be, I don't know. What would be the next overseas tournament you want to attend?
I want to go to TXT in South America, the Tekken Extreme tournament. That's a tournament I really want to go to. That was what I was planning for this year. Sadly, well, we're not gonna have tournaments, right?
Mm.
But I was planning for a Tekken Extreme tournament in South America, and I also wanted to go to the finals that they were gonna have in New Orleans. To compete in the Last Chance qualifier.
Yeah. I mean, it's really sad that they've had
Yeah.
to scrap the Tekken World Tour or just the Tekken competition this year. But there really isn't much that can be done. I mean, I'm from New Zealand, so like we're fine. We can have offlines. I know the rest of the world may not have that pleasure. But I guess I just want to go over briefly like the last few tournaments you guys had that you entered prior to COVID. So there was the Supreme Masters. I think this was like season 2 introduced. Yeah.
I think so. It was still season 2. I can't recall.
Yeah. Oh well, we can tell by the life bars anyway. Yeah, Geese. Yeah,
Yes.
would have. Oh, this was against your good friend Geese Joestar. Geese Joestar.
Yes.
Yeah, he must. Yeah, loving that season 2 Geese.
Yes, definitely. But he did what I was telling you. Like, I get one match and then he changes character. I get another match and then he changes character. And I think it was a close set. It was a lot of fun, that tournament. I think I got 3rd. It was cool, and it's always nice to play with them.
Yeah. Just because like I said, we're fine with COVID, but as I said, this is one of the few tournaments that you guys had prior to COVID happening. Where are you guys with COVID now as a country?
It's very bad.
Yeah.
We're one of the countries with most COVID right now. Maybe like top 8, top 10 or so. And it's not slowing down. I think it's gonna take a while because people don't really stay home so much.
Yeah.
But we're in there. I mean, I'm staying home. Thankfully, I work from home. We just have to wait, and as soon as everything is better, I hope we can start hosting tournaments at some point. But when everything is actually better,
Yeah. Has it been weird to not engage with the scene in person? Like it's only online interactions now? Because I mean, obviously you can all play online, but I'm guessing there may be the odd player or two that doesn't play online. So yeah, what's that change been like? Yeah.
It's very sad. Well, here in the state I live in, there's not many players. Like we wouldn't even like get together very often here because there's just very few of us, and they're mostly always busy and stuff. But I would always go to every event or gathering that I could like outside my state, and I tried to do that very often as I could. And now that I can't, I feel sad, like really. And I have been hosting a lot of online tournaments, and it's fun and everything, but there's always lag,
Yeah.
and it's not the interaction. It's
Yeah.
not the same interaction.
But yeah, not the same interaction. But like after spending this time with you doing this episode, I can clearly say that you're quite comfortable in front of the camera, and you've got a warming personality. Like you would like what I'm saying is when you're streaming and when you're doing tournaments, like you may not be competing, but I'd still feel like you get a lot of comfort and fulfillment out of it.
Yes, I mean that's true. I'm not that comfortable to be on camera, in all honesty. I might look like I'm okay, but it makes me so happy. If I'm streaming or even hosting, like if there's people talking about the game and I get to meet new people, more people see me play, or they see people from my community play. Like if I'm hosting and my friends are playing, more like Mexican players are playing on my stream, and I see people coming from like other parts of the world, like like people from the US or even from New Zealand or other countries. And I feel so happy that we get that interaction, and we get to talk to more people and make more friends that play the game as well.
I know that Wowzer had a guest, had Chanel show up in his stream, and that was a lovely surprise.
Yeah.
Have you had a surprise like that where a special person's come into your stream?
I can't remember. Let me see. Well, I've had. I can't remember, and I'm probably gonna regret it. Like I'm gonna be like, how did I forget this? But I can't remember right now. I mean, I have like, what I feel like it's really special when I see people coming over to my stream. Um, they come back because they play with Asuka, and they enjoy my gameplay, and they even learn tech, or they ask me questions about the character on how to play her or how to punish a certain character or something like that. That really makes me very happy.
Yeah. So like if Fergus or like S-Line showed up in your stream, you'd probably lose your shit,
That would
right?
be crazy.
Mm,
Yes,
yeah.
definitely.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Yeah. What's the biggest thing you've learned from having to depend online during this time?
That I have learned.
Yeah.
About playing online.
Yeah.
Oh, really, I don't really like it. I mean, I like. I mean, I like to meet more people like this. Like for example, last night I got into a lobby, a random lobby. I never do this, but I got into a random lobby, and there was like a bunch of people that were way too nice. Like I couldn't believe how nice they were, because we're not usually like this here. But they were all like, you finish one game, they're like, GG, you did good. Like, congratulations, my friend. And I'm like, wow, these people exist. That was so nice.
Yeah. Does
But having yeah.
No, just like when you guys play online, like do you guys like it's normal that you guys say GG's at the end of the match, right?
Sometimes, like we mostly don't talk too much. Um, like I guess Mexican here, or the way we interact with each other, like it's more likely that we're gonna be talking on Facebook, kind of making fun of each other.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, we're friends, like, but these people were like being like way too nice to each other yesterday in the lobby. Like, like, wow, friend, good games. You're doing so great. I'm so happy for you. Like, you've gotten so much better. And I'm like, wow, I'm not used to that.
Okay. So what is it? Have you ever had much experience with people like key charging or teabagging, rage quitting?
Yeah, actually, yeah, I mean, online, yes, absolutely. Actually, this match that we're watching, Geese was actually uh hunting me all the time on this tournament match.
Yeah.
He does that a lot. I'm used to it. I don't mind it most of the time. But yeah, online, I get a lot of rage quitters all the time. I play Lucky Chloe sometimes, and people like they just plug right on the versus screen. Like they won't even play with me sometimes.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of annoying. It is, but I mean, it's the way online is. I can't be too mad.
No, you definitely can't. I mean, you just gotta. It is what it is, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think this was one of the final tournaments that you participated in. Big Bang 5.
That was last year.
Yeah, last
Yeah,
year. It
that was
feels so
last
weird
year.
to say that though.
Yeah, I know.
Mm.
Yeah, it was December last year. It was such a fun tournament. Really enjoyed it.
What do you think is the like? Do you guys think you might do like a big online tournament to finish the end of the year? Or do you feel like,
Probably.
maybe it's time to, like, maybe we've had enough online, so we'll just kind of end the year just having a break?
Well, I think we might have to slow down online a bit. We're kind of getting tired of everything that happens, with the lag, and then on PS4, the lobbies just crash a lot.
Yeah,
It's a lot of work for me as well. I mean, I love it. I love it. I do. We might have to slow down a bit, or we might. Like, I know people are trying to see how everything turns out. I know they wanna host like an actual like tournament, like to actually go there. But I don't know how that's gonna play out. We're just waiting to see
yeah.
what happens, really.
No, that's fair. So, like, with this year, so limited tournaments happening, and then with the drama
Yeah.
that kind of surfaced in the FGC, yeah, like it's been a real funny year. Like, I know for New Zealand, like, we've, obviously we're going through our own shit at the moment. But what about you guys in Mexico? Do you guys have a real tight knit community? Like, you look after your own?
Well, we do. We are close to each other. We do look after each other. There's some people that sometimes are not very nice, and I really don't know what expression to use, but I'm thinking of the expression in Spanish. Uh, People do like very like joke a lot in a way that could be considered mean. Like that is something common here.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you're not used to it and you just get into the community, I know it can be kind of strange or hard to get used to it. But really, we're close to each other and we love each other and we help each other.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Yeah. I can't imagine other places in the world having no offlines for a full year. No Tekken World Tour,
Yeah.
no Capcom World Tour. I mean, I don't really play online as much, or not. I don't grind it out. But then having to be in the situation where
Yeah.
it's all we have. Well, up until recently, that's all we had. Yeah. Yeah. Well, how do you think
Yeah.
how do you think Tekken looks in terms of, like, do you feel like if there is a Tekken 8 in the works, is this how Tekken 7 should end? Like, it seems like a very lackluster finish, like, with all this stuff going on.
Yeah, no, I don't I don't think it should finish right now. I mean, I don't know. I cannot tell. Like I'm not gonna decide, right? But um yeah, it seems very sad. I don't want to say goodbye to the game like this. Like it seems like very sad, not even have like a last big tournament or something. Of course I want Tekken 8 or even Tekken Tag 3. But yeah, I don't want it to end so sadly like this.
Yeah, sadly, or just nothing happening for it. Like to mark its legacy. Yeah, because I mean, it is a fairly decent game. And I could definitely say for here, it's really sparked a new life in the fighting game community. Tekken never used to be a big game over here. And I'd imagine over there, like for the few players you guys have, it's very like it must be a game that really anchors your community.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your best memory of Tekken 7 then?
My best memory, my best memory. And of course EVO. It was very good, and I do say the New Zealand community was so welcoming to me. I was hanging out with them most of the time. I would say I got to play with several of them, and I was really by myself most of the time. And they were like all of them were very nice to me, and they were very very welcoming, and they did make me feel like I belong there, and I had a lot of fun in the tournament thanks to them. Aside from that, obviously, when I won my first tournament in Thunderstruck back in 2016,
Yeah.
and the next year again, and it's been amazing, really, just competing, playing. Even if I don't do that good, it's such a good feeling all the time.
So with Mexico, as you said, with the potential that your scene has, do you feel like there will be a time where you guys will have your moment and actually show how strong you are, like how the Pakistans did?
I would like to say yes.
Having that breakout moment, I think is what I mean. Yeah.
I want it to be like that. In all honesty, there are very little players that take competition seriously. The few that take competition seriously and are very good are not really planning on getting their passport, their visa, traveling to a big tournament. I know they're not. So with that being said, and being ball here, besides from Thunderstruck, we don't have like a really big tournament. So we don't have a lot of Americans. We've had a couple of Americans come over, but it's kind of difficult like that. We have very good players, but it's hard to show what they can do since we don't have a lot of big tournaments, and they are not looking to travel currently.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope we do. I really, really hope we do, because I know we have people with talent, we have good players, but I just don't know when that's gonna be.
Yeah. I think it's like preordained destiny. You need it to be. It needs to be like the right time, the right moment. Like Anya's on stream, she's gonna face Dimeback, she's gonna 3-0 him, and then it's like boom, people are like, "Wow, Mexico!" Like I know what you mean. It's like it's having that breakout moment. Like the stars have to be aligned. But it will happen. But I think
yes,
knocking off a big name will definitely help. Yeah.
Yes, we will get there for sure.
Cool. Well, if it's all right with you, love, I will take you through my final round questions. So, cool. You ready?
All right.
Cool. So the first one is, who is an unsung hero of the Mexican FGC?
FGC in general or Tekken?
Oh, just in general, Mexican FGC. Yeah.
Mexican. Okay. I would like to give a huge shout out to Lolo. He's a Soul Calibur player. He has won EVO. He has won final round. He is one of the strongest Soul Calibur players in the world, and for some reason, I don't think he's recognized enough. Like, a lot of people here don't know him, and I think he is one of the in-game players in our country that has done the most, if not like literally the most. Like, he is an amazing Soul Calibur player. I'm very proud of him.
Okay, and he's got such an easy name. It's not hard to forget. But yeah, an unsung hero. Nah, nice choice. All right, next one. What sporting event do you find the most boring?
You mean like race?
So a sport. So I mean like a sporting event. So it could be FIFA, the Grand Prix, the Olympics.
Oh, definitely anything that has to do with soccer. I don't mind soccer, but when I see it like a soccer, show, or they're playing and stuff, and the way the commentators are saying things and everything, it really doesn't do much for me.
No, that's so good. Is it quite big in Mexico, soccer?
Super big. It's a sport that most people watch, and I've never liked it at all.
No, that's all right. All right. Which move do you favor most? Back three or while standing three?
Back three, of course.
Yeah, why not? It's a high and low crush. Lee can't punish it. Well, I mean, he can, but you got to be on point. Yeah,
but it's hard.
Super hard. Yeah. You're so lucky that they've made that slightly more safe now, man.
It does a lot of pushback.
Who is your celebrity crush?
I don't think I have one. I don't usually have crushes on people that I don't really know. But I'll trade you for my Tekken character crush. I have a huge crush on Bob.
What?
Yes, I love Bob.
Normal Bob, not Slim Bob.
No, normal Bob.
Wow, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, mad respect to you. Nice. Very nice. Name someone in your FGC that deserves an opportunity for sponsorship.
In my FGC?
Yeah.
Or alright, right now, you mean in Mexico and for Tekken or any game?
For any game. It could be Tekken, but it could be anything.
Okay. Well, I'm not quite sure if Lolo is a sponsor right now, but for sure him for starters. My friend Haseo does a lot of work. She plays several games like Guilty Gear. She plays Dragon Ball Fighters, and she does a lot of streaming. She's a very good competitor, and I think she deserves a sponsorship. And from my community, for the Tekken 7 community, probably Geese Joester and Divine Exorcist. They're our best players right now, and they're putting a lot of work and a lot of effort into the game. And I would love to see them get sponsored at some point.
Wonderful. Wonderful. All right. Fergus or Dimeback?
Oh, wow. I think I would have to go for Fergus on this one.
Okay. Can I ask why?
So I think Dimeback's style is a bit more clean, but Fergus's gameplay just makes me feel more things. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, even his mistakes and everything seems so human about his gameplay. And I can tell how much knowledge he has, and just watching him play and watching his videos and tutorials has helped me a lot. And I don't think I have that sort of connection with Dimeback, which I enjoy his gameplay a lot, and I think he's a very, very good player. but I'll go for Fergus. Yes.
Okay. Oh, sweet as. Which character would you rather get a key charge from in a tournament? Leroy or Fahkumram?
Oh no. None. But I think Leroy seems a bit more respectful about it. Just a bit.
There's nothing
Leroy.
There's nothing respectful about it. He does his little
But I
like
feel more disrespect.
he points his toes at the sky and growls like a dog. I'm like, oh yeah.
I know, but I feel more disrespected by Fahkumram.
Oh yeah, true. Buffing the chest out, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't, you wouldn't want to get key charge from either of them, but yeah.
I know.
All right. Describe the best Mexican dish you can make.
I can make. Oh Lord. I'm not a very good cook, and I really cook Mexican food. Because I'm a vegetarian, so most things have meat. But I don't even know if it's considered Mexican. But in the U.S., they have this restaurant called Chipotle, and they have this dish called sofritas. Yes.
Sofritas.
And sofritas, and I really like. I make it with tofu, rice, and the sofritas with guacamole and like vegetables and stuff. I really like that, and I like to make it.
Okay, sweet. Complete the sentence. When you're getting salty, just...
Oh. I would say just take a moment to cool down. Like I'll just like walk around, go drink some water, everything straight, go to the bathroom, wash my face, and come right back. Because it can be very hard to play like that.
Yeah. That's right on that one. And finally, who is your husbando, Anya?
Well, I wouldn't say I actually have one. But I'll say Bob again. Yeah. I'll stay with Bob.
Yeah. Is it because he's cuddly? Is it because of the little cute goatee, or?
All right. So, when I was starting to play Tag 2, I played a lot with the Houston scene in the US, in Texas, and most of them played Bob because Core, he won EVO with Bob back in Tekken 6, and he's from Houston. So he played Bob, and a bunch of people played Bob, like Bob and Slim Bob in Houston. It was like their main character for a lot of them. So it's the first matchup I actually learned, and the matchup I know the most and that I feel most comfortable with. I have a lot of love for that character because with him, I learned a lot of the game's features and how the game works and how to actually learn a matchup. It was my first matchup I learned. So I have a lot of love for him because of that.
Okay. That's sweet. Well, thank you again, Anya, for your time, just for everything. Do you have any last minute words or shout outs you'd like to make? You can speak in your native tongue if you like.
No, I mean, I just would like to say thank you so much for having me today. And well, thank you to everyone that's been around. Thank you to everyone that watches my stream, that's been supporting me. That likes to watch me play. I'm so happy to be able to do this, and I'm so thankful to my community and everyone that has been helping me out. And I love my community so much. The Mexico community is getting real strong, and I'm so proud of you all, and I love you all.
We've already seen your tags, but where can people find you, and what will you be doing? What will you be up to next?
Mostly on Twitch. I stream like 3 to 4 times a week. It's everything is twitch.tv/Anya_Tekken. The Twitter is the same. On Facebook, you can also find me as Anya Tekken, and that's pretty much it.
Sweet, cool. And with that, we will see you guys another time. Thank you.